In the wake of these deadly tornadoes that tore through several states, we're hearing so many amazing stories of survival and resilience. And one of the hardest hit areas was Mayfield, Kentucky. That's a town of about 10,000 people. Most of the buildings were destroyed, including a 100-year-old church. Reverend Joey Reed, the pastor of that church, was with his wife taking cover in the basement in a closet. The tornado just shaking all around them, their sanctuary crumbling on top of them. Reverend Reed is joining us right now by phone because he hasn't been able to get stable Wi-Fi since the tornadoes hit. So we're really grateful for you joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. I have to say, I've read articles about this, and it says that you and your wife were praying desperately. Did you think that you would make it out alive?
There for a second, we were not sure what was going to happen, and I wasn't sure that I was going to make it out alive. But my daughter's getting married in March, and her fiance's father and I are scheduled to do the service together. And I wasn't sure if that was going to happen. And that was my prayer in the moment, holding my wife's hands and praying as hard as we could.
When you knew the storm had passed, what was the first thing that came out of your mouth?
Gratitude. Thanks be to God. And then I told my wife, let's go see if we can, get out of here if we're trapped, because we did hear the glass break at the Water Street entrance, the large glass front door. And when we got outside, finally, we looked up and saw that the sanctuary had just been demolished.
And you are, again, pastors of this 100-year-old building. We're showing images on the screen of that church. Was anything salvageable?
Actually, much more than we were. We were afraid that we had lost everything. Everything in the sanctuary appears to be in a giant pile of rubble, but the educational annex, the building, the part of the building just behind the sanctuary, even though it's not exactly stable, most of the things there that we were able to salvage have now been placed into storage.
Okay. All right. Well, there's some good news. I know that you had church on Sunday, even after all of this happened. Explain the importance of doing that for the congregation.
Well, it's vital that we have an understanding that the church is made up of people. The church is not a building. The building is a structure. It's a sanctuary for the church. And we spent the morning with our bishop, our bishop's assistant. The bishop's wife was there as well. We had our disaster relief folks in from the conference and the district level. My district superintendent was there. I spoke to most of those people the night of the storm, some of them within moments of coming out of the wreckage. And it was important for the congregation to see that we're a community, that I wasn't calling my bishop, I was calling my friend Bill McAlilly. I wasn't talking to the bishop's assistant, Dr. Rob Martin. I was talking to my friend Rob, and we were holding one another in prayer in those difficult moments. The topic of the worship service, the thrust of the worship service, because we're in the season of Advent, was joy. And we were afraid we were going to have to retool that entire worship service. How do you talk about joy after a devastating tornado like this destroys our town? But we realized very quickly that we didn't have to change very much at all. We just needed to include some of the things that had happened over the weekend and just hammer home the point that we were already going to make. The joy is often mistaken for happiness, but happiness can be lost by a simple turn of events. There was a single bulletin that survived the storm because it was in the possession of my administrative assistant. And I was able to read that synopsis of the service from the bulletin, which had been printed days before, to the congregation. And they understood the point in that moment.
Well, strength and resilience come from a deep place inside. And we're grateful that you were able to share your story with us. I know that you're going to do what you can to rebuild and to keep the services going. Reverend Joey Reed, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.